back to yet another episode of the Talkatives Sports Podcast. I'm here. I'm your host today, and we have Kaz, we have me, Shags, resident Chelsea fans. Our other members are missing. It's funny that they're missing today because one of them has been missing for a while now, Mr. Marcus, and my personal opinion is because he knows that whatever he says, I have a comeback for it because I've been ready for him. But since he's not here to rebut my arguments and my counterpoints, I think today we're just gonna have a very we're gonna have a very Chelsea centric episode, and it's gonna be a lot of back and forth from me and Kaz, and we're gonna dive deep into what's going wrong with Chelsea, what's going well with Chelsea, what players are Chelsea quality, and just basically what we think is gonna happen or what we think needs to happen going forward this season. So, without further ado, the best place to start is this Middlesbrough loss in the EFL Cup. We went down, up, left, right to Middlesbrough, wherever they're at. Championship team sitting pretty in 16th, mid-table in the championship. And we came back with a 1-0 loss. So I will turn the mic over to Zach.
In the championship. That's
Yep.
not terrible.
That is pretty table because I think championship has 22 teams. So I think it is mid table.
Okay. That's you're like the worst team in the mid table. All right. Like 16, like mid table. It just sounds so weird, but okay. Um yeah, I mean,
Forgive me. They're actually 12th out of 24.
yeah,
So
that's more
yeah,
mid table. It's actually mid table because
yeah,
16, oh, out of 24,
out of 24, they're 12th.
considerably more teams. So yeah, that's actually mid table. Yeah. So I mean, a mid-table team can beat a team in top four on any given day. So yeah, but I mean, actually, the way Middlesbrough plays is like how like the type of team that we've given up like games to this season. They sit back, they want to counter, and they're committed in how they want to play. Like it's not that they don't possess at all. It's just that like every time, like every one of their possessions, like it's like it's with a purpose. It's like they're trying to set up a play. Maybe they set up a opposite guy making a run, and then they give him a nice, through ball type. So it's not like they were just kicking the ball up and then just all right, just run. No, they were actually attacking with a clear purpose. And clearly throughout this season, counterattacking teams that are willing to just sit back their entire game and counterattack on us have been our problem. They've been our Achilles heel.
That is the thing, and that's what I'd say is a common characteristic of teams we lose against. They know how they want to play. They have a plan. They have a plan B, and their plan A works so well because they're consistent with it, and they know how to line up. They know how to frustrate. I'll say Middlesbrough's low block this game at probably one of the best I've seen. As much as it hurt to see it against Chelsea, it was just very flawless because I haven't seen a Chelsea game this year where we dominated so much of the ball and the chances and we failed to score. But there's also a lot of reasons for that too, which is why I really wanted.
Our strikers are injured. well, the strikers are strikers that actually are productive are injured.
And like that was one of the things I wanted to bring up. Like Nicholas Jackson goes to AFCON, and
Oh,
all of a sudden we can't score a goal. Like,
exactly.
I'm like, Marcus, who are you gonna blame for this one? Nicholas Jackson isn't here to blame. Who are you gonna blame? I like honestly, like this is the one game when I'd be like, Poch, start Broya. We have nobody else.
Yeah, and
Then
Mudrik.
he goes ahead and benches him. So
He
it's like,
should
who do you blame for that?
should have at least started Mudrik. He should have at
And
least.
Modric too. And it's just some baffling decisions sometimes that just makes me think like this guy he's not. I don't know what's going through his mind when he makes these decisions. And at the point where we're at in the season, I can't say Poch out. If you hear me say Poch out for the rest of the season, it's because I'm angry, because I'm mad, it's because I'm pissed off.
There's no
Because
point in saying push out just because, like, I mean, unless he like went on like a 7, 8 game, like,
oh yeah, definitely then I'd be justified. But it's like we are so inconsistent,
you know,
so inconsistent that
to our opponents. We play up to our opponents. It's just weird, and our injuries haven't helped us either. So yeah,
we are so inconsistent that I can't even say we can consistently lose 7 games in a row. I can't see us like we're
what I'm
consistent. We can't even lose 3 in a row.
it's basically what I meant is like 7, 8 games that we don't win.
Oh,
Is what,
if we do that, like I don't see us doing that.
but I don't know. I don't know. That's the only way that I would see push, like people storming the streets, bringing their pitchforks, and
Even if let's just say the worst does happen and we go on a terrible run a la last end of last season where we were just losing games, they didn't fire those guys when they were losing all those games.
don't fire those guys. Those guys knew they were gonna get fired. Lampard knew he was gone. All those guys knew they were gone.
Yeah,
So
but
it really matters.
I don't think they'll fire Poach even if it gets that bad.
Okay, I
Because,
mean
like
that's the only.
I don't think
But
there's people lining
it
up to take
may
Chelsea.
not happen, but like it's going to be push, like talk the push outcomes. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. He may not necessarily get fired, but the push out.
The
No,
fans were turning completely.
we
And
go.
I think the
They,
fans have already turned. The fans have been turned off since the day he was appointed. So it's like I think already like 50% of our fan base already straight up like agrees, and I'm in agreement with them that he's not him. But like now that he's here, I think it's more like maybe like a 65%. But I don't think those fans have like the perspective to look and see like we're a dumpster fire right now, and we have so many injuries. If you see our bench against that game, apart from our 3 subs, which was Modric, Gilchrist, and there was one more person.
I wish like
Some of them were people that have never played for Chelsea before, and
I wish I wish like it's like a year ago in season one when the Mauricio Pochettino was come up like, oh, this is gonna be, and what did I say would happen? I said nothing would change. Is that not what I said? I said the same or worse. I mean, if
our injuries this bad last year.
if Tarboli would find somehow to like tune into Talkatives podcast, he would actually be able to gain some knowledge because I literally said if we hire Pochettino, we would not improve. We would either be the same or worse off.
I'm gonna DM this episode. He's on Twitter. I know he doesn't even check his Twitter. I'm gonna DM him. but 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 it's like I personally think our injuries have gotten worse, which is like very damning for
But
even even Todd Bowley himself, because this is a problem that's been ongoing for 2 years now, and it still hasn't been solved. And I don't know how much Pochettino is to blame for that, because it has gotten worse.
can't really blame him for that. I mean, it's been there since Todd Bowley has been owner. We've had
Yeah,
really the worst training staff known to man. Like and it keeps getting worse. Um,
it really feels like self sabotage at this point.
at this point, we might as well bring back Ava.
Todd Bowley,
Oh,
Todd, Bo-
that's
Todd
not
Bowley,
possible. But
he's not bringing anybody back. He's not bringing anybody back from the previous regime. He's too stubborn.
it wasn't with the she got fired from the previous regime, and they fell out with the previous regime. So this might be a chance for a new beginning for them both. Start bowling to new training staff.
Hey man, but
Eva needs a job. She's probably good wherever she's at, but I mean, you're probably gonna have to like massively overpay her. But does that really matter? I mean, there's
no, we can't afford it. But like, I don't think the only reason I don't think Ava will help our injury issues is because if I was a Chelsea player right now, I'd probably get injured on purpose just so she can treat me. You know, so I
I
don't
get that,
know
but
if that's the
she
thing.
she first of all, she's not going to be treated. She doesn't treat any of them. She's the head trainer, so she's really like a boss. She delegates. So what she's going to do is she's going to bring in a whole new training staff. So I know these are people handpicked by Ava. So at least I just know they're verified. That will at least, I promise you, that will change
Honestly,
everything.
honestly, I can agree with that, because
Yeah.
we definitely need an overhaul in
Oh, overall, everybody, like literally a new head and a new staff. Like literally just change everything.
and also that would also like allow the club to begin to bring in like old players, retired players, the like guys like Peter Cech that we've known that are very helpful, that know this club inside and out, that can help us.
They don't
I
really
think
want to come. They don't
it's
really want to come in because
yeah, because
they
they've all been they were cast out. They were all
yeah,
cast out. I feel like this is just like a like that option would be a path to repairing the rift that has happened between our former players and coaches and staff, that Taboli just got rid of everybody and just said, okay, we're gonna start fresh. But I think we really need to get back to the roots of what the at least the good things, at least the things that work.
and listening to what to Kai Havertz, like what he said when that he's at Arsenal about the what went wrong last season. He basically said once uh Tuchel got fired, that was it. Like that basically just there was no coming back from that. No matter what, like that could be because Tuchel was he won them the Champions League and had them in 3 cup finals in a season. So yeah, once you fire that guy, like you're gonna fire this guy after 8 games, but you'll give this guy a whole season. Oh no, you won't. You'll only give him 10 games. Fire him. Okay, will you give this guy? Oh no. You won't. No. 7 games. Fire him. Oh no, he's just an interim. I'm gonna fire him after he's done with the last 10 games, and then hire another guy whom is not gonna come and do any better. That makes sense.
The thing is, though, like they're not gonna fire Poach, but Tuchel might actually be available in the summer, which is the
Wow, that's unbelievable. Oh my god.
it's so funny, you know. I don't I don't really see Poch's way forward. I think he's just screwed because like a loss at Middlesbrough, while in the grand scheme of things, isn't like the end of the world because all we have to do is like beat them at the bridge. You know, even if it goes to extra time penalties,
Just win, baby. Just win.
all we have to do is just win that game. You know, and if we win by two in regular time, we're in the
Win.
final.
Hmm.
But it's like even if we do win the final, if Liverpool are the ones who meet us, can we trust Poch to coach? Because
Yes.
even Tuchel couldn't beat Liverpool in the final.
Nah, we can beat Liverpool. I think we can hang with Liverpool. Our problem is with the small teams. Like, sure, we could lose to Liverpool. Liverpool is a better team than we are. Yeah, but we can still play better with Liverpool than we do. We would have probably had a better result if the red was Liverpool red than if it was Middlesbrough red. Because I
But still,
don't know, something about
it's one thing to draw and like get to penalties and lose. Can we actually beat them though? Because we haven't beaten any top team.
Liverpool. Can we
Yeah,
actually?
we contested two finals with Liverpool in the league. We've been drawing with them, and
Mhm.
when it went to the extra time penalties, we ended up losing on penalties. So it's like, and we had a better coach while we did all of that, apart from the 1-1 at the start of this season. So
Okay.
it's like, can I trust Poach to do better than Tuchel?
Can you trust Liverpool to beat us outright? No. That's what I'm saying. The same thing you said about us. This
How are we gonna beat? Do you trust Poach to beat Tuchel? I mean, to beat Liverpool where Tuchel couldn't,
um
especially all of our injuries now.
I mean, I can't say I trust Poch to do anything at this point. Like like that's kind of a
Like we know we can, like we're capable, but can we actually
and
get
I can't
done?
no, I can't trust him to do I can't even trust him to beat me. That's what I'm saying. So I can't no, that's it. My answer is no. But what I'm saying is we are more than capable of beating Liverpool. Like every single time we've played, it's been close. It's come down to the wire. Like they've survived. Even think about it. Last time we played Arsenal this season, Arsenal barely got away with a tie. Man City were limping away. Man U, however, they've owned us. But Liverpool, the first time we played them, we dominated them. 70% possession. Remember? They couldn't get that ball. They couldn't even see the ball in the second half. So I don't know what to say, man. Like, do I trust Post? Absolutely not. But are we capable? Absolutely.
I think we might be even getting ahead of ourselves because are we even capable of beating Middlesbrough at the bridge?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Because we also do still have to go to Anfield before we even have to talk about any type of final. So it's like we have three home games coming up. We have Fulham.
In the Premier League, is that what you
We
mean?
yeah,
Oh,
like we have Fulham in the Premier League. We have Middlesbrough in the EFL Cup. We have Aston Villa in the FA Cup, and then we have to go away to Anfield in the Premier League. And then after that, our schedule goes absolutely insane, and then we're in the end game for the rest of the season.
this is what most clubs can't like grasp, except for maybe Real Madrid and Cristiano Ronaldo. We're not scared of Liverpool in Anfield, man. We beat them with Mason Mount. Remember? Okay, at Anfield. Oh,
Shouldn't we be though?
we
Shouldn't
we
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 be?
we ripped away their hearts with Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard to this day is cursing Dembaba to his grave.
But we're not talking about that team with all them champions and then bye. Like we're talking about here and now.
Yeah, but
This
we weren't
team
that good that
that's
season.
headed by Poach.
No, we weren't that good that season. Don't you remember? We were not that. We had Dembaba for a reason. We weren't that good that year, and we still beat Liverpool at Anfield.
At the very least, we were
But
healthy. Like as I think the difference with us being bad is that we were never this hurt, this wounded in our team. We never had
yeah,
this many players.
injuries is too much. Yeah, yeah. The injuries just makes it untenable. Like you can't win like this. I don't care what good players you have. You can't win if how many starters?
We have
Chilwell,
10. We had 10 players out.
Jackson. No, I'm
All
just saying how
all
many
starters.
starters. I'm talking about people that if you don't play him, you find it very hard to win. Let's see. Reece James, Fofana, Chilwell, um, oh my god, Nkunku.
Via Nkunku, Sanchez,
I counted four starters, at least four. Four solidified starters.
Jackson, Nkunku,
Oh,
Lavia,
five.
Chilwell,
No,
uh,
Lavia is not
Fofana,
really a solidified.
Sanchez.
Lavia is not really a solidified star.
We did sign him to play,
But not start. He's not
but
even gonna.
that's at least okay. If you don't count him, that's six.
That's
That's
what
only
I'm saying.
the team,
I'm
and
only talking about like
just
players that like I mean like
even
the
okay,
blood of the
okay.
game.
If we don't count Lavia, that's six, and then
No,
we can count Lavia in the support team. We can
that's
count Tuchel in the support team. We can
because
count Chaloba in the support team.
about it. Leave
Uh,
that.
Cucurella is a starter because Chilwell is injured. We can
No,
count him. That's
listen.
a lot of players.
What I'm saying is, you only have 11 players on the pitch, right? If you're missing, if half of those players aren't supposed to be playing on that pitch, something is wrong. Do you understand me? Just leave
Honestly,
players alone. If half of those players are not your number one decision as a coach, tell me what is the coach supposed to do? Please tell me.
which leads to my next question: like, what are we supposed to do? How are we gonna end this season? Like, where do we go from here?
Just keep playing, man. Just keep fighting. I mean, there's nothing else you can do. There we do have young players, so Poch just needs to keep coaching. Young players is takes time for them to learn, especially if they don't have anyone that's a dog in their position, like I've been requesting us to get. But hey, I mean, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a marathon. You know, it's gonna be a long season. You know, this is really it's like a it's like college for these young kids since they probably don't go to haven't gone to college. So this is
But
going to be
they're freshmen. They're
they have
freshmen.
yeah they don't
They're
really
they're EPL freshmen.
they don't know how to win.
90%
Basically,
of them.
the problem that I see is right now they're front runners. Basically, what I'm saying is when everything is going great, then that's when you see what they can do. But when things aren't going so well, they don't. We don't have that fight. You know, we don't.
Well, that's actually a great analogy because forgive me, I've been playing a lot of EAFC manager mode, and one thing I've learned, and I always say I'm playing with Chelsea. One thing I've learned is
You actually learn a lot.
when I lose, I do not learn anything new. It's just all shit. But when I'm actually winning, that's when I try new things. That's when I switch things up. That's when I try to play players in different positions. That's when I try skill moves and I try to hold the ball or just try a different tactic. But when you're losing, you're not really learning. I'm not learning anything when I lose. But when I'm winning, I'm like, okay, I have
So, guys,
space.
when you try those things, it doesn't work as well when you're losing them. When you're winning,
No, it doesn't work as well. But when you're winning, you're like you can see the result. You can see the full result. But when you're losing, it's like everything is all bad because nothing really matters. You just lost. Like you don't even want to remember it. You don't because you don't want to play that way anymore. You don't. It's very hard to see positives
When
in
you
a
lose,
negative.
when you lose, yeah, when you lose, it's really really tough. I mean, even like even like how and EAFC does this really well with how the AI like mirrors like a team's overall confidence. Like even you can just tell when your team is confident and you're winning, your striker finishes most of his goals. Your midfielders make most of their passes. But when you if you go through a rough stretch, you'll be like, man, he was finishing. Now he's not. He's hitting the post. It's going wide. Exactly. So it's really, and especially when you have young players who don't know how to win. Enzo won one World Cup with world class players all over the pitch, and the greatest player of all time. So everybody says playing with him. Like, and then he won what in Portugal? Like, Portugal is not comparable to Premier League. Sorry. Like, unfortunately, like, yeah, the Porto was pretty good, sure, but like after Porto, go look at those other teams. Okay, so it's just that it's just sad that like even like when we still keep looking at young players, oh, we're trying to get Onana. Like, wow, my God, like just look at Man City. All right, I get it. Man City got Kovacic. Okay, it was a stupid. We all said that, but they know what they're doing. They have a plan. They're trying to get veteran, skillful midfielders who can implement Pep, who can an older player who can come in and pick it up a system like that and be pretty good at it. Versus a younger player who has to come in. You have to teach him. He probably got some warts that you got to shake out of him. You got to discipline him. Like it's just like, and then you're just getting a team of all 18 to 22-year-olds whom they all need that. And so who's going to do that for them? Who's
And
going to hold
then,
them
and then
accountable?
and then you hire a coach who isn't whose track record of developing young players is that he developed them to do absolutely nothing.
Did
But
he really? Did,
let's talk about the transfer market.
let's actually start there, the development. Did he really develop Human Son and Hurricane? No. No.
Become
He,
world beaters until after he was gone.
no. Come on.
And I
Are you,
think another coach would have gotten better results because this man had one of the toughest front threes in the world. Mbappe, Mbappe, Neymar,
well,
and
even with PSG, nobody is surprised that he did nothing there. Nobody. Like,
so it's like where was his record of youth development at?
I don't know, bro. Ask Marcus because Marcus is the one that can answer that question. He's said this repeatedly, religiously, stamp on his desk, fist on the desk. Oh, he's a great youth coach. He's gonna turn your team around. He's gonna make you. Yeah, okay, 70% possession is cool, but how about can we not lose to Middlesbrough?
Really wanted to know who he wanted to blame for that loss, but anyways,
Yeah.
so we know like Poch is not because so far Poch has not what young player has he developed? I don't think we can even point because I know Marcus will try to point to Cole Palmer, but can we really say that he developed Cole Palmer or
Hell,
Palmer
oh,
Cole
hell no.
Cole
No, no,
Palmer
no.
is a cold.
Develop. We saw that goal he scored in the Community Shield.
Yeah, it's like Cole Palmer was already. I
Okay.
it was already a blizzard before he came in. So like, what young player has he developed? What young player has as Pep as a poach Pep coach poach coached to be a better player?
Mudrik, he has better numbers than last season already.
Yeah, man. It's kind of hard to like tell the difference between maybe it's my bias, but I feel like Modric has always been on this upward trajectory.
Better. Modric looks better than last season. I will give him that. He
Yeah,
looks.
but it's like I know what like it's like if Poch is so good at developing young players, you can't just name two and say, okay, yes, he developed these two. What about the rest of them?
He didn't. No, Pochettino has not developed any of our players like that. All our players did was just do what we thought they could do. Am I wrong? It's not
And,
like
and,
anybody had a crazy good season except for Cole Palmer.
I don't exactly, and I don't think you can just say, "Oh, he allowed this player to do what he's good at," and say you developed them. No, you just stepped out of the way, Poach. But hey, transfer window is open right now. My personal opinion is that Poach doesn't deserve any help.
It's not even that he doesn't deserve any help. He's not.
Also, we are under like a lot of financial stress. I wouldn't say we're broke.
No, good. We don't need to buy any.
I don't think we need any new
We
signings for
should be
real.
banned from buying anyone for at least a season, just one season. We don't we don't need to buy Onana from Everton. Are you kidding me? Just the fact that we're even in conversations, they should take away his phone. Just the scout's phone. Just take it away.
Honestly, I feel like those rumors are linking us to them just because Arsenal is linked to them. Because I see absolutely no reason why we'd be interested in Andre Onana from Everton.
Again,
I
apparently
don't
we're
see
talking to a striker. We're trying to sign a striker that just signed a new deal with his club. Like why? Makes no sense.
it really doesn't. The only striker we should be interested in right now is Mbappe because
Yes. Thank you.
my FIFA manager mode, the first thing I did was blow my entire budget on Mbappe. And I agreed the deal, but then the club said, "Oh, we don't have the funds," which is unrealistic as hell.
Yes.
Because so right now I'm still like in the transfer window, and oh yeah, I signed it. I just signed it at the end of the window. I signed it. I blew everything. I got rid of Broya. I got rid of Caloba, and I got Mbappe because that's the only player because we have enough players to work with. The only thing we actually needed was somebody to score the goals. So it's like if there's
Sure.
anybody we should be interested in, it should be the top tier, world class, experienced players, not some random dude. Because some random, it doesn't matter who we sign at this point.
Can
It
you
really
imagine,
doesn't matter if we don't have a coach that can work with them.
can you imagine Mbappe on the left, Nkunku in the middle, Sterling on the right, Cole behind them?
We don't have a coach that's capable. And you would think Pochettino would be able to use his contacts and his relationship to make that kind of deal happen.
Guess what though?
What good
Dude,
for?
we did have a coach that literally prostrated himself in front of us. We said, go away. Guess who he's coaching now? Mbappe.
It's,
Chelsea, bro. You can't make this shit up. Literally, we literally got PSG's trash. Sorry, Posh. We literally got PSG's trash, and PSG got the diamond in the rough. Wow. And when I brought up, let's go for Luis Enrique, a treble winner, I was, oh, we don't know how long he's been out of club football. He's been back. Okay.
but hey, in our defense, Enrique hasn't exactly lit it up at PSG. His record signing, Rando Colo, what's his name? Is it
Colomani.
Colo Miana has 4 goals all season. The only his only saving grace is Mbappe has 18 goals.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't easy for him either. Like it ain't exactly a cakewalk. Although I will admit he is a better coach than Poch. Like it's undisputed.
I mean,
But
then again,
the
PSG.
The
If
makers at Chelsea didn't think they needed Enrique.
right.
Probably because Enrique was a man that stands on what he believes on and wasn't willing to compromise and isn't willing to settle for a project, and yeah, he's demanding things that he needs to win
Oh,
now.
speaking of young players, better. I think his name is Emery. He's one of the became. He's literally one of the best players under 18 on the planet right now because of Enrique. He's a starter on PSG, 17-year-old midfielder. So I think he does make young players better. That's just me. I mean, I don't know about you. I think he played like he played every game for them in the Champions League. So talking about Poch, Poch, Poch can make all these young players better. I'm not seeing it, man. All I'm seeing is what Enrique is doing with that 17-year-old kid. I think he's thinking about making him captain.
Well,
Seriously,
the thing with Emery is he made 31 appearances for PSG before
he
last
does
season before Enrique arrived. So
starting.
season he's made 20. He scored one more goal than last season. Wow, like I don't think you can give kids that's already at the club that already were on a upwards trajectory. You can't give the credit to their manager for playing the obvious guy. That oh yeah, this kid is good. Of course, we need to keep playing. You can't give that credit to the coach.
No,
You
yeah,
really,
but he's a think about all the midfielders
like,
at that.
it's not like you handpicked them. If you want to give credit to Poach for developing a young player, you give it to Alfie Gilchrist. You give it to that kid because Poach gave that kid his debut, and now he's performing, and now he's played a couple games. Like give it to those type of players that we didn't know of before the coach came in. That's when you can give the credit to the coach.
I didn't even know about Emery before.
Hey, I didn't know about him until you mentioned him.
He
Yeah,
wasn't, and
he
I know for a
made
fact he wasn't
appearances for
best.
PSG last year, so he
No,
will be
he
a
made
thing.
some appearances, but he wasn't. He's a penciled in starter for PSG. Like at 17, that's kind of big. Like that's a huge.
Yeah, but he was already big last year before Enrique came in. He made 31 appearances last season. He scored 2 goals, and probably most of those appearances were off the bench. I haven't really gone into the details of it.
You can see his stats.
Most of those appearances were probably off the bench, but now he's graduated to being a first team regular. Before he was just on the fringes, but 31 appearances is a lot for a 16-year-old.
Mhm.
So it's like he's already on that upward trajectory.
I mean, you don't really see him starting right off the bat, though. Is what I'm saying. You see him getting better, but starting that's kind of a big jump. I'm just saying it, bro. A 17-year-old kid from 31 appearances is good, but now you're a penciled in starter. It's kind of a big jump, man. I don't know because
Hey, yeah,
PSG,
yeah, I
like
mean,
what I'm saying is, the
for a coach
team around
Emery, that would seem like just common sense to
you,
start that young kid that is really
he's
good.
he's benching a really good player. You know, PSG squad is talented as hell, and he's a midfielder, so he's benching a really talented midfielder. Is what I'm saying. At 17, that's a huge jump. That's a huge jump. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just don't want to give too much credit to coaches for doing the common sense thing.
Yeah. Or
You
just
know,
got
they're paid way too much for that. It's like Frank Lampard starting Mason Mount, Reece James, and that I can give him credit for that because he believed in them and he kept playing them when nobody else thought they were that good.
can't really give him credit because
But when you already know a player is good and you see him, and then a new coach comes in and is, oh yeah, I agree with you guys, he's good.
I
Can't
can
really.
give Lampard. Here's what I'll credit. I'll credit Lampard for his system. His system helped develop those players, but he had no choice. He was on a transfer ban. Who else was he going to play? Academy graduate. Like, we had to play them. So I can't give Frank Lampard too much because you saw how we were the next season. So I can't give him too much credit for those guys. I'm sorry. You
No,
try to slide Lamps in there. Just I know he's your boy. I know he's your boy. He's trying to slide him
but
in.
for real though, it's like circumstances. Okay, maybe if the transfer window, we would have played them as much. But at the end of the day, he still went in and selected the right ones, even though he had no choice. There was only so many people we could have chosen from. But
Yeah,
it's like when it's out of a transfer ban, if like let's say like that's why I give Poach credit for Alfie Gilchrist because nobody knew who he was.
negative credit for Alfie Gilchrist because Alfie Gilchrist has been there since his mom popped him out of her womb. So I give Coach negative credit, if anything.
How can you not give a coach for selecting a player for an academy and playing him? A player that nobody has heard of before.
Yeah,
The
but
club has, but it's still Poach that chose to invite him in there and play him. And honestly, that's the only one. And I'm not saying that's good enough at all.
but
I'm
you
not
just
saying
said
that, but I'm
you
just saying like that's the criteria. If like you mentioned Emery, but Emery was already a known quantity. I can only give a player a coach credit for bringing someone up from the academy if it wasn't someone that wasn't already playing for the first team.
so okay. If Reece James was healthy, you think we would see Gilchrist?
Oh hell
If
no.
okay. No. So if Fana was healthy, if Chalova was healthy, you think we'll be seeing his players?
Oh hell no! But still,
See, the same. That's why I'm saying the same thing with Lampard. He had no choice. He's like, hey, Gilchrist, he looks pretty good. I ain't got a right back. Put him in. What are you saying, bro? I would have put you at right back.
so I give credit to Emery that was already to Luis Enrique that was already playing.
No, what
That
I'm
was
saying,
already playing.
if you're gonna give credit to Poch for Gilchrist, you gotta give credit to Enrique for Emery. That's
No,
all.
no, because Emery was already playing.
Yeah, but he was not on this level, is what I'm trying to say. He was not a penciled in starter. That's different, bro. That's different. Penciled in
Like, but just
starter
like,
without
just,
this 17-year-old kid. That's different, bro. That's a
no,
whole different level.
it's not.
That coming
It's
in the
it's
games.
the same because all the other people we want to give credit for did not make 31 appearances before the season the coach came in.
No, but what I'm saying is the level, the change in levels, bro, is what I'm saying. Yeah, sure, he made the one appearance, but he wasn't this. This is like talking about a jump. That's a huge jump. You don't expect him to be a penciled in starter at 17, Checks. Roll your eyes. How many players and it's not like he's starting in name me a random team in France. Mainz or sorry, that's Germany. Lille. You know what I'm saying? He's starting in PSG, which get the best players. So they
It
have
doesn't.
good
It
talent.
doesn't matter how old he is. If you already have a young player that has
What
proven
do you mean?
through his sub appearances and the previous coach wasn't playing him, and then you come in and see, oh, this guy is really good, but he's not giving appearances. I'm gonna give him appearances.
Even
It's
more
like a
since-
common sense decision, though.
No, I think you're still underrating it. Honestly, I don't think you fully grasp it, and you're underrating the fact
See,
that
we could probably go in and drill in on like if Emery's actually playing first team football all the time this year, and
go.
it just remains to be seen because I'm looking right now and I don't see him in the starting lineup. Like he's probably just making the same. He's making more impactful appearances. He's starting more, but hey, like at the end of the day,
Because
I don't know. I don't know. So I can't even say for sure.
he's going to start a couple of their Champions League games, at least two of the Champions League games. So that's a key player. I could be wrong, but I just know if you start in a position in a competition like the Champions League, you're kind of an important player for the team. So, um, yeah, you
All right.
know, all
Well,
all
at
all,
the
all
end of
my
the
point
day,
was
we can
just
be in agreement. We can be in agreement that Poch is not developing no youth players right now.
no, no, and he did not. Don't tell me he developed Alfie Gilchrist.
And
Alfie
and
Gilchrist developed himself, not Post.
and we can also say, well, I mean, injuries develop Alfie Grip.
Thank you. Like, come on, bro. Like,
We can also say that Poach's only strength is keeping possession in games.
he's good at that. No, no, he's very good at that. Now, I will give him that. I mean,
We still it doesn't matter how much possession we keep, we still somehow manage to lose. So weakness of that is the possession isn't being used efficiently.
it's not translating into
And
enough.
then I know if Marcus was here, he would say, "Oh, but Poach already has all the game plans, it's the players." But then again, Poach isn't utilizing his players correctly. Poach is allowing the injuries. I would say at this point, if I'm the head coach and my players keep going down left and right, it I would think I will have to do something about it. Wouldn't you want to do something about your players, the people that are keeping your job, like helping you keep your job? Wouldn't you think you want to make sure that they're fit
I,
in
I hear
order to
that.
play?
I hear that, but it's kind of tough when you're a coach and you're like kind of expected to win games now. It's kind of tough because to win you need them. But then if you're gonna say, oh, let's rest them so we can win later, well, are you gonna get to later if
No,
you
no, no.
don't?
But it's not that he's overplaying them. Then they're getting injured. They're getting injured in training. That
Yeah,
it's not that he's overplaying them. They're getting injured. Like Nkunku came back and then he gets injured in training. These guys aren't getting injured in actual games. Okay, Reece James is an outlier because he didn't get the surgery. The issue never went away. So it's like there's a deeper issue with the Chelsea training that Poach hasn't had the balls to resolve. Okay, we have that. We have the substitutions. We have the substitutions that don't make sense. And now at this point, now it's like he doesn't even have those substitutions. He
the
doesn't
thing
have.
I can blame Post for a lot. I can't blame him for injuries. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, we're on to substitutions now. We're on to substitutions. It's choices mid games. That's
Yes, I agree. I
his
agree.
strengths and weaknesses.
Even his substitutions, he's overthinking stuff. Honestly, he's starting people that he should bring on as subs, and then he's bringing on people as subs that he should be starting in 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 games that he should be starting them, and then in games that he should be subbing them. He's doing things backwards, like because I thought in a game like that you want to start Mudrik and Noni Madueke, as much as I like him, a game like that is probably not best suited for him because they have like 10 guys in the box. And
No,
Madueke,
you want to start Modric, Stalin, Palmer, and Broya.
yeah, like you need to be more direct. You need to play
Like
more
how makes
direct.
sense.
So it's just like, man. And then you bring them on in the second half and they only have like 40 minutes to play. What do you think Middlesbrough is going to do?
The
Oh,
same shit they've been doing. Like it's crazy. So it's like Poach. I don't see what his strength is as a coach, but at the same time, I don't see any
possession.
bit.
Possession. We just talked about this.
No, yeah, yeah. Listen, but it's like even his greatest strength. is useless because what is the possession getting you at the end of the day?
Got us to eighth.
We might as well, bro. We're still in 10th, man.
Oh, 10th. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But
Got us,
still, like his greatest strength.
got us to the semifinal of the EFL Cup. There you go. There
Okay.
you go. There you go.
Lose to Middlesbrough, which is embarrassing.
I don't like Poch, but I'm not gonna like just blame him for everything because my club.
I'm not, no, this is not about blame. This is about identifying his weaknesses and his strengths. And his
Fair.
great strength has
His
not
his
been,
possession, his
yeah,
weakness, his defense.
our his greatest strength has not seen any. I don't see what possession has gotten us so far. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like it feels like we're stuck
I
with Poch.
fucking semifinal EFL Cup.
We are stuck with Poch,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't even say firing Poch will help anything
No,
because
it's gonna change. And not unless you are you bringing in Guardiola?
yeah, because there's
Are you bringing in
nobody
Tuchel?
to bring in right now,
Are you
and
bringing
and
in?
and also it's like we the caliber of coaches we will need to bring in, it just they would not be able to help anything right now. So I feel like we just have to ride out this storm with Poach and reconvene in the summer. And even in the transfer window, it's like I don't want I don't think Poach because we're not sure if Poach is gonna even survive after this summer. It's like I don't want Poach making any signing any major signings because he might not be here at the start of next season. So I really want him to do what we hired him to do, which is work with the squad he has and find solutions with what
Team
he has.
time, man.
So I honestly think my forecast for Chelsea is definitely it's gonna be a roller coaster.
Gracious, yes,
It's definitely I feel like it is the roller coaster is gonna be tending down, but
yes.
there is still a chance that it goes up because my only goal for this season is to find some type of way to qualify for Europe.
Not a roller coaster yet. It's more of a train. It's just it was a roller coaster. Now it's just coasting in pathetic levels. So it's just a train, just coasting.
I think all things considered, if that train ends up in us being qualifying for European competition,
Good season.
we'll be
All in
all right.
all. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're like what the one of the youngest teams in the Premier League. We sh- we should really probably be closer to relegation. To be honest with you, considering our injuries and everything that we've had to go through, like with freaking a new manager, a young player, 18. What did I say? What did our friend Marcus say? We got 18-year-olds and U.S. presidents. So that's who we have to deal with, right? So I'm not calling this season by a success by no means, no how. But if we make any kind of, even if we touch conference league, eh, I can't complain. Like shit, man.
I won't call it success, but I'll definitely put a bow on it. I'll be
What
like, hey, we did something
we did
because
something. We did
we qualified for Europe,
we did something.
and it
Get
doesn't matter how if it's finishing seventh or sixth or winning the EFL or FA Cup. That's
but I
literally all we have.
but rather I would rather finish 10th and win an FA Cup.
Oh hell yeah! I'd rather finish 15th and
No,
win.
no. That's bad vibes, bro. No. Come on, man. I started that when I was winning 15.
I'd rather win and finish 15th.
That's bad vibes. Come on, man.
Sure.
Bro. Mm-mm. I'm already knocking on wood.
Okay. Okay. As long as we don't finish lower than 12th, I'll rather finish 12th again and win a cup.
Nah, bro, I can't finish
Because
below.
winning, because it's still an improvement. We finished 12th last season.
I
If
cannot
this season we finish 12th again and we
can't,
win a cup, it's an improvement.
can't
And
finish.
now we're in Europe.
Can't finish. If we finish below 10, you know what that's gonna tell me about next season? It's just the same. Chelsea. We can't finish below 10th, man. If we want a good next season, show us this season.
What if we finish it? What if we finish 11th?
Think about it. Think about it for a second. Who are we gonna buy now? Pele Jr. All right, we don't mention him. All right, he's over there. But who are we gonna buy that's just gonna come and change life?
Mbappe.
I already said Pele Jr. We don't mention him. But I said who are we gonna? Who
Here.
else? Who else are we gonna? Who? Who? No, really, who? Like they're just gonna come in and be like, "Oh my God, we are coming. We're gonna be top four. We're challenging now." Who?
Theo Hernandez. You would have to let me do some more scouting on FIFA real quick. But I'll let you know by the end of the season who
Say that
our major targets should be.
because what I'm saying is Theo Hernandez costs like over 100 million. So it's you're gonna have to buy like him and one
But
other.
all game changing players cost over 100 million. That's just the market.
So, yeah, Theo Hernandez.
There are no market, and we don't have the scouting network to get those easy low deals. Like we're Chelsea, we're gonna have to overpay.
We're not making top four with just Theo Hernandez. Is what I'm saying. With just Theo Hernandez, we'll be like seventh, sixth.
That's
We'll
why
be
Theo is not my first choice. It's Mbappe. But okay, if we probably would never get Mbappe, so I'll have to come back with you to see
no.
what
I say
changes
this:
inside.
if we do get Theo, if we somehow get Theo, oh my God, we will be like we'll be competing. We'll be competing with the Newcastles and the Aston Villas. Really, like that's where we will be. That's not bad, honestly. I'd rather be there than 10th, bro. To be honest, because at least we have a chance to at least touch top four. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, so Theo, fine, but there's not a lot of players that's gonna just come and make us top four.
You know
Like,
who we can also sign to improve our team? An entire new training and medical staff.
oh, that too. Oh, and please,
Our priority.
so you know how like our oldest center midfielder is 23, Conor Gallagher, and
Yeah.
he's playing the best right now. I mean, my God.
Mm.
So why don't we sign a veteran midfielder who is elite? I think that would seriously change our team because remember when we signed Fabregas, what
Mm.
happened to our team? A veteran midfielder who's elite.
Who?
Okay, we could try Joshua Kimmich. But that doesn't look likely because whatever I was saying, Man City were recording me and they're just waiting for his contract to finish so they can give him the best deal. So that's not happening. But my second option, which actually would be my first option, but just because I think he's just so damn expensive. Uh the guy from Uruguay, uh what's his name? That plays for Real Madrid. Valverde. Valverde. Valverde would change our life. Oh my God. Valverde. But he costs like 180 million. I'm not even joking. He costs 180 million. But he would change our life. For sure. For damn sure.
I don't think we can afford to spend over a
no,
hundred on
no,
a center
no.
midfielder, bro.
Besides, Real Madrid is not going to sell Valverde.
Also, yeah, there he's not for sale, but
Not for sale.
um,
Not for sale. I
yeah,
mean, I
like
would go with De Jong if De Jong wanted to leave Barcelona, but he doesn't. So There goes your world changing midfielders. There you go. That's it. Those are the only players that can change our life.
Do you know the best signing we can make? A coach who actually knows what he's doing, aka Thomas Tuchel, when he's available in the summer.
Always
Because
do.
it doesn't matter who we sign if our head coach doesn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, but Bully's not gonna do that. You know billionaires don't
So
like admit
what are you saying? You're basically saying we're screwed.
billionaires are more allergic to accountability than women. You know that. They don't like admitting they're wrong. Come on now. You know this.
That's a crazy statement that I do not endorse on the internet in front of millions of people. But he's kind of spitting though. Not that to him, he is spitting. Not that to him, but I think like it comes from the top down, and it's like
Yes.
top Oli is the top,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Coach is the middle.
Yeah.
So to all the Chelsea fans watching this, I would just like to say that I would like to know what your opinions are because it's looking pretty bleak. Looking
Yes.
at what our leadership is and
Times.
our injury situation.
You even got me wearing my Chelsea shirt backwards, like to the podcast.
Yeah,
So very
yeah.
fair.
That Chelsea shirt has been backwards for a couple episodes now because like I was able to wear mine forward because I knew I could at least defend the Middlesbrough loss because we have a second leg. But
Yeah,
we
this season.
we still have two games before things really hit the fan and things start going sideways. So, if I don't wear this shirt again for the rest of the season, or if you see me wearing it inside out, you know why. And with that, I would like to end this episode. See you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back. Marcus and Manny and all of our contributors will be back. We're
Will
not
return.
nowhere. We will return. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next episode.